Welcome back to No Man's Sky. Well, my system froze. Yeah. Either they have to fix it or I'm actually gonna have to get rid of some frigates. Which I don't want to do, but... And I really wanted to buy another industrial. I think I'll hold on that. I think I'm not gonna buy any more frigates until they fix that issue. But yeah, I hadn't even played the game for that long and freeze. It's been only like an hour. Of course, I didn't really lose anything. Let's see, this is where I store my, this is the specific freighter storage units that was added in a previous update. Scanners. See, I already have 3 S-Class scanners for my new multi-tool. Whenever I get an S-Class. If I can't find one, I'm gonna eventually get all the glyphs and then I can use a portal. Would have to look it up.
My shit set error had occurred for No Man's Sky after I had found S-Class mining media outcry media outcut.
Wow. Well, that sucks. You know, I kind of ignored the S-Class mining for a while because I really wanted the scanners, and I thought to myself, well, in the multi-tool I had, I wasn't gonna keep for long, but I really wanted to make money early on, and it's the same with this. As for a long time, I ignored the mining. For a long time, just the advanced mining. I didn't get any modules for it. Then I found an A-Class, and then I think I bought an A-Class, and then either I found this when I bought it, I don't remember. And I installed it. I was like, why not?
I had found it in a crash technology.
You know, you can. Oh, you know, you can re-find it. Even if you're crashed, like
looking for nameates.
Yeah, but the only problem is if you hadn't saved in a while, then you're kind of lost and you don't know where to go to find it. A lot of the A-Classes I found were from crash sites, like distress beacons. So yeah, that helped. Send that there. It's gonna be kind of a problem because I am running out of space. Like I can't build it here. I mean, I can't put it here because. Well, actually, yes, I can. As you can see, I have. You're probably wondering why am I storing so many cryo pumps and superconductors, and it's because I can use them to make something better. But I have too many, so I have to sell some of these. Especially the cryo pumps. Look at that. I have 20 here of superconductors and another 20 here, so I have 40. That's excessive, as you can see. How did I get so many?
I hate the limited space.
Yeah, but it's understandable, you know. It doesn't bother me too much anymore because there's so much space. I can buy haulers and put stuff in the haulers. In fact, I should do that. I have a hauler that's fully upgraded that I'm not going to get rid of for a while. But that one's maxed, actually. That one's holding max stuff. So maybe I shouldn't put it there. Well, let me see. All of these ships I have, I found. Okay, this one is already holding me a bunch of S-Class stuff. I found another thermal. Radiation, toxic. I have another toxic on another ship. There's another A-class shield. Some of this stuff I'm keeping to give away because I have a few friends who were interested in the game, but they're like, they'll get it eventually. Like, well, why not? Let me just hold on to some of these. It seems like I'm desperately running out of actually, no, let me not do that. Seems like I'm desperately running out of space.
Collecting the resources, just build a base and the base always acting on its own. Then resources to build storage in the freighter.
Yeah. Let me see. What's it gonna do? This hauler I found. I don't like this hauler because of the. It's annoying. It's taking up too much space. But it has the most cargo capacity of all my ships, as you can see. Probably be the first one I get rid of.
Doors disappearing, sentinels glitching through, LOL.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But I still enjoy the game oddly.
Yeah, it's the only game like it, you know? What other game you can just explore planets? I have too much of this. You know, I have 1,000 of this in one storage and 1,000 in the other. I keep getting it for free. I just have to get rid of it. I just have to sell it. I haven't sold it because the places weren't giving me too many negatives. You know, like I can probably sell it for more somewhere else. All of these ships I found, every single one. I would use this explorer ship, but I fully repaired it, and well, not the technology, but the reason I'm not using it is because the slots are too low. The max slots for an explorer ship is 38, not 28.
How many ships you got?
6. 6 is the max you can hold. I used to have well, and yeah, once you get the max, you have to replace the ship with another ship. But I'm not really replacing these ships. I'm gonna sell them. Unless I find like a hauler damaged somewhere that's worth more than the fighter, then I'll replace the fighter that I have with the hauler. Because I haven't repaired the hauler at all. I mean the fighter at all. Let's see, I'm gonna remove some stuff, like I don't really need nitrogen. I sort of need that, but not now. I guess I can move the activated cadmium. Everything else I kind of want to sell. I don't know, man. It's just I don't want to sell the superconductors when I know I can change them to something else. The problem is that changing it to something else requires a lot of farming for certain resources, and it's kind of annoying. That said, I'm gonna just... This one is done, so... Look at that. That trade mission vessels got me more superconductors. 3 more. Units, convergence cubes, units. Look at that, they gave me fusion accelerant. Wow, this was very profitable. The 3 superconductors together, it's worth, well, each of them is worth 1.5 mil, so when you add 3 times 3 is 4.5. The fusion accelerant is the same. So that's another 4.5. So together it's 9 mil right there. Plus all the units it got me. And this frigate mission made me 10 million. And it was a short mission too. It was only like 9 hours or so. I just made 10 million right there. I just gotta actually sell these.
Nice.
I'll move this here temporarily. Send you there.
I like the fact that you know what you're doing.
Yep. Let's see if I can. It said I had new missions
Makes me
available.
second guess my experience.
See. Apparently, so it seems that you get a mission. You get 5 freighter missions after 24 hours. Cause yesterday I got a few. I did the freighter missions. I sent them all out on freighter missions, but it was on frigate missions, that is, but it was like something like 12 hours ago, so it was late yesterday when I was doing this, and today's a new day, it's the morning, but you know, I got no new frigate missions. That tells me that it's on a cooldown or a countdown, so it doesn't matter like what time. It isn't like you know you have to wait till the new day. It's actually on a cooldown or countdown. That means that the short frigate missions like these and this one isn't really worth it, because you know you only get 5 after 24 hours. So you're literally better off getting all frigate missions that are 26 hours or 27 hours like these, because you know you're gonna have to wait regardless. So even if all the frigate missions are short.
308 million units. Media I'll roar you. Media I'll roar you. Media I'll roar you.
Yeah. But that's because I haven't actually bought any ships yet. I have to actually get around to buying ships. Like seriously. It's just that to buy ships, to buy the good ones, you have to wait around, and it's kind of annoying or boring. And you're just, unless you're like talking to a bunch of people who are watching or something, it's just, you're just walking around in circles. But yeah, like I was saying, the frigate missions, that's something you have to keep in mind. Oh, that's cool. But the frigate missions is something you have to keep in mind. It's on a 24-hour cooldown, so it doesn't matter. You're really better off doing the long ones.
1,000.
Wow. 1,000. I haven't had 1,000 units since I started this new survival save. Just scan. You have S-class scanners. Just scan a bunch of stuff. You'll be fine. But yeah, so anytime I see frigate missions that are 20 hours, 26 hours, 24, 25, 27, I say those are good missions. The short ones are not, because you know you're gonna have to wait anyway. That said, this one just made me 10 million. This one right here. It was 9 hours, but it made me 10 million. So that's fantastic. Still, I can't send more, so. This one I decided to do because I can take that organic catalyst and turn it into. I take the organic catalyst, and I take nitrogen salt, and I make a fusion accelerant for it. That was the trade. There's a combat one somewhere. The combat one was even shorter. That's balanced. This is combat. I can already tell the ships just by looking at them. Units, 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 units. That's it. Units. This one didn't make me much at all. But the combat usually doesn't make you much. The ones that make you the most money are the trade, the balanced, and pretty much the trade and the balance. Sometimes the exploration ones give you nice stuff. And by nice stuff I mean like fusion accelerator or superconductors, cryogenic pumps. But that's where I make most of my money, from that and the freighter missions. Freighter missions in the sense that you're doing the mission yourself, and the frigate missions in the sense that you're sending the frigates out to do stuff. The only catch is sometimes, you know, interesting, I haven't discovered this planet yet. Oh yeah, this planet wouldn't let me land. The only catch is sometimes you need to send them out with, you need to use a lot of fuel essentially in some of the missions, especially the long ones. But if you have enough money, you can buy the jelly, and you can even buy the tritium if you're in the right station.
It's so hard to look for the scorched planets.
Oh, I find them everywhere. I don't like the scorched planet. I don't like the way they look. Just a depressing desert. I like the snowy planets. They look nice. They look almost Earth-like, some of them. I don't know, but that's just me. I like the snowy look of it. It still doesn't let me land. There it is, finally. It was some kind of glitch. It wouldn't let me land before.
So I can light up my cactus for the scientist mission. Meaty outer.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need cactus as well. Not for the scientist mission. I'm done with that. But I need it for like to make a circuit board. I think you need it for the same thing. So this planet is desolate, no life. And no atmosphere. This is pretty much, if you ever played Elite Dangerous, this is how Elite Dangerous is. You cannot, the only planets you can land on the rocky ones, they have no atmosphere. You're on a rover. You can't actually run around. Not yet anyway. Maybe in the future. But this game is updated a lot more, so it's more compelling.
Not cool. That's why I didn't get the pay.
Yeah. It's pretty limited. But it's kind of realistic. I mean, like the planets, you don't see them so big. They're like further apart. They're pretty far away. When you get closer to them, yeah.
No man is better.
Yeah. I think I put more hours in this game, especially with the updates. I mean, the team is working hard, constantly updating this game. The only thing, No Man's Sky is better for exploration.
It is addicting.
Yeah, it's better for exploration and stuff, and there's a story to it. Elite Dangerous is better for combat and space, but that's about it. Because there's a world. I mean, there's the
competitive shit, but this one is different.
Yeah, that's the only thing I guess repetitive as well. Well, might as well charge this then. Damn, I got no tritium. They also updated so your ship's like, your ship gets all, you know, crazy when you're being shot at. One of my frigates appeared right near me. Anytime I'm attacked and it's in the same system, it appears. I don't know where it is though. I don't see it, but it launched spiders and the fighters are attacking it. As you can see.
They didn't use the communication line, they just started attacking.
Huh. I always ignore it. I mean, there was one time that I activated, I was like, oh, look at that. They want how much money? I'm not going to give them that much money. There's no way. But some other time, if you ever do those missions where you're supposed to transport something to somewhere else. Yeah, I know. Actually, for them to... Yeah. But for them to demand like something, you have to actually like activate the communications. The funny part is that if you've accepted one of those missions where you're supposed to like deliver something.
I always answer and be like, nah boo, you ain't taking my stuff.
I usually ignore it because I'm gonna destroy them anyway. I mean, if it'd be nice if you could demand money from them. I would do that. If that was an option, I'm like, no, how about you give me your money? Then I'd probably answer a lot more often. Yeah. That's not really... There was a different mission that I wanted to do. It wasn't just this one. But oh well. It isn't so bad to do these missions because you land, you go inside, you get some nanites, then you get on the roof and then you kill the monstrosities. Sometimes there's a damaged technology there as well. It's convenient when that happens. Returning data user identified terminal now active, unlocking data log continuation for analysis. I have found something. It was just an abandoned building. Just a small shack in some forsaken wasteland. I expected nothing more than brief respite from the storm. But what I found... I approached the terminal and began to read. It looked like a wound on the world. Huh.
Can I add you on PS4?
Sure. I discovered something deep, quoted deep inside the long dead traveler's data log. Something that has been left that will aid me on my own journey. It's always nanites. I mean, before I used to get
Okay.
Yep. So before I used to get like a blueprint or something, but since I bought all the blueprints, I don't get that no more. Like technology blueprints, that's more nanites. I want to use a mining laser for this. I can't find the eggs. Oh, there they are. Biological horror detected. Stand still. Oh, come on, the Sentinels are gonna harass me too? Really? I guess the Sentinels hate me in this world. Here's a shotgun to the face. Honestly. Stand still. There, mission accomplished. Kind of like catch-22 here. Still, 2 for 1. Explode.
That reminds me, I gotta kill 8 sentinels.
Yep. Technically I had to do the same, but damn it, how am I missing with this shotgun? Should be embarrassed. Alright, time to leave. So it looks like no raider frigate missions until either much later today or tomorrow. I have to keep in mind that I should do the frigate missions at the same time every day. Oh, this is annoying. I'm gonna do the missing person was one actually. The reason I accepted that because it was offering me, there were 2 of them and I knew it was probably going to be the same spot as the same person. Or like, 2 for 1 essentially. And it was offering me Manites 300 and the other one was Hot Ice. Really? Okay, you're annoying me. Explosives, you say? Once you destroy the first one, then you can boost away. Anyway, the goal of me even coming back to this system was to get to the icy moon that's near over there. I think it's that one to the left, but I also might as well do this mission.
I sent the request.
Okay, cool.
Meaty outshine.
There, I can land. I'm getting a bit laggy. This guy probably wants me to bribe him or something. Something, coward, Viking, I don't even know what he said there. Yeah, he wants me to bribe him. Lifeforms gestures that they have recently seen the target. They seem amenable to an offer. Yeah, I know it. It was 2 for 1. Sometimes the glitches are in your favor. Oh, look at this sentinel. He really wants to kill me. Oh, he's gonna have to wait. Oh, look at that. The cryo pumps are worth something now. See, I'm selling it for a little bit more than it's actually worth. If I had sold it before, it would have been a loss. Might as well sell it. I have a lot of cryo pumps. I'm not gonna change all of them into... That's right, I forgot about that. I don't know if I want to sell those. Ionized cobalts. This, I'm gonna sell all of this. I might want to sell these actually. Sell these. I'm gonna sell this and shoot a sentinel in the face. I mean, they're right there. They clearly want to be shot. You know?
What do you need money for?
There you go. Oh, to buy ships and to buy freighters. I don't, S-class ships and S-class freighters. I mean, technically I have enough money to buy, like, I don't know what the S-class max slot freighters are actually, so maybe I need 200 mil? I have no idea. But I know for the haulers, I'm gonna need an S-class hauler with the maximum slots. I'm gonna need like 110 mil or something like that.
You need money for lots of things.
Yeah, also for the multi-tool and stuff. You can buy resources if you don't want to mine them. I mostly just buy the resources. I don't really mine them unless they're in the way. Like if I need something, I'll just go to some place I know that sells them. Unless they either don't sell them or I don't know where the hell they sell them, then I have to. Yeah. That certainly freed up space.
What is frost crystal used for?
I need... Okay, I actually need frost crystals. So... Let's see. You see the circuit board? I need the circuit board in order to give it to the construction guy in the base. So I can build one of the trade terminals. That way I won't have to visit like space stations or like trade places. I can just build a trade terminal in my freighter. So in order to build that, I need a heat capacitor and polyfiber. Polyfiber, I need star bulbs and cactus flesh. Yeah. For the polyfiber, I need a star bulb and cactus flesh. But the heat capacitor, I need the frost crystals. So even once I get the frost crystals, I can build heat capacitors, but I still need to farm for cactus flesh. The star bulbs appear on the planet that my base is on, so that's fine. Yeah, you need it to make glass. Where's the glass?
Those blueprints yet.
Yeah, you need the frost crystals for glass, and you need the glass to make living glass, and you need the living glass to make cryogenic chambers. But the annoying part is the lubricant, because you need gamma root and you need okay, the copper, you can actually farm those. The gamma root, I'm not sure yet. I'm not that advanced with the farmer. It's kind of annoying to get actually. That's why I've been selling some of the cryo pumps I get, because I have so many. Still have stuff to sell.
I feel like I am stuck because all these side missions in the base build takes up a lot of time.
Yeah. But it's worth doing. I ignored it, but it's worth doing.
For sure.
But the reason why I ignored it was because I wanted to build my base on an Earth-like planet without any temperature experience, which I found. I was lucky enough to find one that was green and, you know, Earth-like.
To do 4 main mission.
Actually, I think the same for me. I didn't get far in the main mission. I kind of ignored it. So that. Now what to buy?
I got to keep on going with Atlas.
I kind of completely ignored Atlas. I did like maybe one station or two. Yeah, I kind of completely ignored Atlas. Let me look at this. Look at this path of Atlas. It says explore the galaxy. The galaxy is yours to explore and enjoy. I got the blueprints from manufacturing facilities. I got all of them actually.
Just saying it's not worth it.
You don't need the. I don't think you need it to do the Atlas missions for the Atlas passes. Yeah, I don't think the Atlas passes are specifically worth it, but yeah. This is not a damn. Let me look at this freighter before it leaves. Look at that, the hauler. If it was an S class and it had 48 slots and 8 technology, that I would buy it. It'd be worth a lot more than that. But it's kind of grindy, that's the thing. The Sentinels really want to kill me. So the way you find the ship.
Well, there are doors you can open, but you need Atlas Pass level 2 LBL3.
Yeah, I opened one of them for a pass level 2, and I don't know, it was just there. It wasn't nothing. It was weird. It said it. Well, you only need one. Don't construct more than one because you can use it an unlimited amount of time, it seems. That said, oh, look at that. Actually, I think I already have that. Yes, those are star bulbs. I can get that on my home world. I went into a station or something. Yeah, it's an observatory or was it an outpost? I'm not sure. But I went to the back with an Atlas Pass 2, and it didn't. It was like a weird terminal that I couldn't access. I needed something to access it. Not an Atlas Pass 3. It was something else. Well, 2 for 1. Wow, look at this. Look at this multi-tool. It's horrible. What do you have for sale? Nothing good. I'm tempted to sell all this chromatic metal. And this actually, but I'm keeping it because I know I can make something with it. So laggy. I'm getting frame rate issues, but there is a quick way of solving it. This planet, what kind of planet is this? Is this a bliss world? It is. It's a bliss world. I forgot that this was a bliss world. This is like an Earth-like planet but red. The only thing is it has superheated rain. So this is like the kind of planet that I built my base on, except the planet that I built my base on is green, and the weather's a refreshing breeze as opposed to blistering damp, which is superheated rain. I would reload right here to fix the frame rate issues that I'm getting at the moment, but if I do that, I miss out on the mission on the freighter, which is this one. I think my freighter is right there. Okay, it's kind of far. I just hope the game doesn't freeze when I get in there. This is why I kind of thought over again whether or not I should build like base storage inside the freighter, because I already built the freighter storage, and then there's the storage you can build in your base. You can build it in the freighter, but now I'm thinking I should just build it in the base and forget about it, because the goal is to be mobile, because eventually once I get to the center my base is gone. I'm walking really slowly. Mission accomplished. I get 5 of them. Why is that important? Because those 5 in my freighter combined with these make me fuel accelerant. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's why I keep those. The hot ice is to make the cryo pumps, the superconductors to make the semiconductors to make superconductors. Of course, for that I need enriched carbon, which I don't have the blueprints for yet. And for this, to make the cryo pumps, I need, let's see. It's, where is it? I think I skipped it. Oh, here it is. I need thermatic condensates, which I can't make yet either. Look at that, portable reactor. This is totally worth it. This portable reactor right here is worth 4.2 million or something. No, 4.4 mil. And this mission is really fast. All you have to do is go in there, break into a harvester, and leave. Again, this is, if you're wondering how much money, how did I make so much money? This is how. When I'm not, I send the frigates out on missions, and then I accept a bunch of the freighter missions, the good ones. And that gave me either superconductors, cryo pumps, the materials to make those, or the upgraded version of that. Okay, it's on that world. Have I been to this world? This is the icy moon, isn't it? Perfect, I needed to go there anyway. And my frame rate issues is solved. Didn't really do anything, but before I even go there though, what I'd like to do is I think I might have built a base on that moon. I'm not sure. It was a snowy area, a snowy world. I like to bring my freighter right here so that when I'm done with that mission I can go straight to the freighter. And since this is a moon, its atmosphere is low and the size of the moon is pretty small. All I have to do is break in and avoid the sentinels. Of course, the moment you get off your ship, you get a 5-star wanted. That's what you have to deal with. Get out of my face. Okay, that's annoying. Usually they're not that annoying, but yeah. There you go. Just download the data and you're done. Mission accomplished. Although there's a time limit, of course. Then after that, you can take your time. You can shoot sentinels in the face if you want, or you can just leave the planet. See, this is why I like the snowy world. Look at that. It looks Earth-like. It looks like a winter on Earth. And all you have to do is return to your freighter. I can see my freighter from the moon. Look how close my freighter is. Usually it's not that close. And when you go in, the sentinels can't do anything to you. I mean, what are they gonna do? Shoot your freighter? Your freighter is indestructible, essentially. And right there, when I turn that mission in, I will have made like 4 million. Now, I'm sort of taking my time, but you know, you can run this. Of course, I'm gonna walk because, well, I'm gonna run a little, but I'm mostly gonna walk because my game already froze like an hour ago. But I did restart my system, so maybe that helps. You can also like see the atmosphere, sort of. Like the freighter is almost within the atmosphere. There you go. I got a portable reactor. I only get one. But the portable reactors are worth, as you can see, okay, 4.2 million. Those I can convert to something even more, even better. Like I could take the cryogenic chamber, and I need a quantum processor. That I need a superconductors and something else, a microchip. But I'm pretty sure the portable reactor can be turned into a fusion reactor that's worth like 15 million or something. I just don't have the blueprints for it yet, but I will get it eventually. Man, and the funny part is that for a while I was selling the I was selling those things. I had quantum processor before, like once or twice. Like one of them or two of them, and I've sold them. Had I not sold them and kept them, I could have made the... If I had not sold them for like 4.2 mil or 4.4 mil, I could have already made this thing. Could have already made 2 of these things. And each of these are worth 15 mil. Look at that. So this is why the freighter missions are so important. In fact, I think these are the first ones you can actually make before you can make anything else. So this is interesting. If I do this, I get fusion accelerant. If I do this, I get cryo pumps. I wish I could do them both, but most likely what would happen when I do one, the other ones disappear. Hunting pirates is pretty easy, but this is fast, and I'm right on the planet. Oh, and you don't just get one cryo pump, you get 2 of them. If it was a materials for cryo pump, if it was like a hot ice, you get 5 of them. If it was cryogenic chamber, you only get one of them. Still, you're better off with one cryogenic chamber than two cryo pumps because it's worth more than twice. Let me just auto save here. But yeah, I hope they fix the issue with the freezing. I'm freezing a lot. It might be due to the frigates. I don't know. I have almost 30 of them. And this is the second reason why I put my ship so close to the planet, because I knew that if I get another mission like that, it's just going to be a short trip back to the moon. This is technically a moon. And I do the same thing that I did before, just break in and then mission accomplished. Before the recent update, you didn't even have to break in twice, because the door was already broken in. But every time you leave and come back, the door seems to respawn, I think. It might still be broken, we'll see. No, I have to break it, I have to break through again, which is fine. I mean, it takes me a few seconds. I use a shotgun, but you can use anything. Well, it has to be a weapon, though. And it gives you plenty of time, actually. But the faster I do this, the more efficient I am. There, I just made 3 mil right there. I could stay and fight and kill all the sentinels for a while, but that'd be a waste of time and I don't really get rewards for that. Unless I needed a walker brain, then I would stay and try to kill the walker. But I already have a conflict scanner. Look how close my freighter is. The only problem is the way I position the freighter. I think I can't really rearrange it without moving away. But it's fine. So this wasn't even the plan. The plan was to go to that moon right there and go for the frost crystals. I'll get 100. I probably need more. But the frost crystals I'm not going to use right away. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to plant them on my farm. Ish. It's sort of like a farm. It's sort of like an indoor garden thing. I have to expand it and everything. I built it under wooden stuff because I didn't have the blueprints for the crystal thing. Like the circular crystal structure that I guess would be good to build those things in. I didn't have enough room inside my, I guess, regular base. Oh, okay, so it didn't disappear. That's nice. So I'm gonna do this one now. See, I got 2 cryo pumps. That's how I have so many cryo pumps in storage. Because you see how much money I have, that I have 300 mil. You think that's a lot. Thing is, I can make more. If I were to sell everything I have here, look at that. That's 15 mil, 15 mil, that's 30. That's another 30, so that's 60. With that 15 mil, 75. And if I sell this one, the same thing. So 75 and 75 is 150 million. Now I could sell them now, or I can wait until I get materials like circuit boards and other stuff to sell it for even more. Of course it's kind of grindy, but I just got in the habit of making money like this and kind of holding everything off. Everything is for later. But the truth is, I have enough money to buy the ships that I really probably need the most. I probably have enough money to buy like a S-class freighter with the best slots, and an S-class fighter, and explorer with the best slots, and that would be good enough. But I also want the haulers just to have extra stuff to store. I don't even need to enter the atmosphere. I'm headed the wrong way. I'm headed for pirates. This one is at least more fun, maybe. But this one will take longer, because there's gonna be a group of pirates there. Like, I count 6, and they might even take down my shields. course, I can destroy them in like 1 or 2 hits. If you're close enough. And this is just a shuttle. This isn't even a fighter. It isn't meant for fighting. Okay, this is all confusing because of a planet. Whoa. Especially since I'm being shot at and making my ship rumble. Kind of annoying. My shield goes down, I just use the sodium. You always want to have sodium and sodium nitrate on you. Especially the sodium nitrate, they're more efficient to hold. Of course, if you destroy the ships and pick up their barrels, you might recharge your shields with it, but I guess not now. There it is, killed them all. Oh, okay. That was... You gotta make sure not to ram your own freighter. You might get glitched and stuck inside and start bouncing around like crazy. Then you have no choice but to reload and no save, or your auto save. There you go. This should be in my suit. This should be here. Like most of the magnetized ferrite I have are from pirates. Most of these are from pirates. But yeah, the only reason I don't have an S-class ship, like the one that I control, is because I just couldn't, I don't know, I just never got around to like sitting out in a trade station waiting for the ships to come and just waiting there. I kept thinking I should do that offline, which I should. Not doing that while I'm streaming because that would be, I don't know, boring. But I never get around to it. I'm always doing something else. See, now the missions are gone, I just get nanites. Sometimes raiding the planetary depots are worth it, because they can give you like enriched carbon or thermatic condensate, and you need that for materials to make the better stuff. But sometimes not. It depends on if you need nanites, you know. I've been spending quite a bit of nanites, but I don't feel like doing that at the moment. The whole point of me coming here wasn't for this. I mean, I could do this anywhere. Oh, this only gave me 1 fusion accelerator. Usually it's 2. Fuel ripped off. Kind of funny. But anyway, the whole point of that wasn't for this. The whole point was to go on that planet that I knew had frost crystals and farm a bunch of those. And then go back to my base and actually plant frost crystal plants that I can use in the future. So all the ships I have, all of them I found, like crashed. I fully repaired this one. I didn't even bother to rename it. This one I found crashed as well. This one is still damaged. Like heavily damaged. I'm not repairing this. It's not worth it. In my opinion, it's only worth repairing the haulers. Because they're worth more to begin with. Like this hauler, 30 million, 37 slots. This fighter is 34 slots, but it's worth like almost half. This one's 40 million. Now when you exchange it, you won't get exactly 40 million discount, but you get it. This one is actually worth less than that one. Interesting. I find that interesting. Maybe I should repair that ship. Well, I got the extra resources. Damn, I shouldn't have sold a bunch of those things. Maybe I should. I have a lot of chromatic metal. The technology modules I don't have a lot of. The chlorine, I do have a lot of gold actually. The chlorine I can convert easy. Platinum, I don't have that much platinum. Problem is I keep all my gold on my ship. And for the chlorine, I would have to convert some stuff. I mean, I wish I could just drop my stuff there, but it doesn't let me. Like my portable reactor. A refiner, I should say. Not reactor. Oh, I think I actually sold the thing that holds chlorine. That's kind of funny. Because I kept getting so many of them from frigate missions. So if I want to repair it, I would have to take some of my reserves here. This I can turn into chlorine. I think I have some more here. Yeah, I do, but I don't want to touch these. I'm gonna ignore it. I don't really need to repair it at the moment. These two resources I just keep getting from pirates. This one I get it when I mine stuff. Look how much chromatic metal I have. No, I don't have any. It's alright, when I get more I'll fix it. It's not gonna be the first ship I get rid of anyway. The first ship I'm gonna get rid of is the most expensive one, the hauler up front. The one that takes up a lot of space. This one over here. If not that one, then this one. The first ship I'm gonna want, well, I guess I'll take an explorer ship. I'll take any ship. I'd rather the first ship I find is probably either a hauler or an explorer. But now that I think about it, I prefer the explorer because I have a lot of modules that I have stored that I want to install. Like 6 hyperdrive ones. But this is the cold planet, and I have to find frost crystals. Unknown building. I hardly ever use this in third-person perspective. I'm just used to like the Elite Dangerous thing. And also, they need to improve the third-person perspective on this. I just don't like the way this looks. Maybe it's ship dependent. I don't know. I know what frost crystals look like, so I can just skim the surface. That's why I like the cold planets. I mean, it's all snowy. Like you could visit someplace on Earth with snowy forest like this. Though I have to admit, seeing nothing but bluish, whitish, gets old. How much variety? There they are. And depending how extreme the temperature, it also gets annoying. Ice storms, yeah. You know, I haven't picked up oxygen in a while. Did that sentinel just push me? I remember how annoying it was trying to find oxygen and how much I used to spend. I discovered that creature. But once you install S-Class life support there and there, you'll hardly ever need oxygen. You'll start accumulating a lot of oxygen until you get into the habit of stopping, you know, collecting them. Actually, let me charge this as well. Oh, that's interesting. I can transfer anything I want here. I never really used that. Anyway, the frost crystals. What is the agricultural resource here? Frost warts. I think these are frost warts, right? Yeah, these are frost warts. So when I build a farm, I won't have to go to planets to do this. It's fantastic. The only problem is that apparently the farming is glitched. They added the update that caused another glitch. So they fixed glitches, but they also introduced new ones. Apparently they have a problem in that the power source for the farming like waste when you're not either online or you go to a different system or something and you come back, like it's all like all the power is gone. So you're gonna have to either repeatedly charge it, which uses up a lot of carbon, or just accept it, I guess, or just not farm and wait for an update. Now I'm not sure if the last update fixed that, but I would have to look up the details some more. I think that's all of them. Get them out. The reason why I do this is because I'm used to having the chromatic metal here, copper here, oxygen there. This is usually oxygen as well. Down here is where I get the elementals like the cadmium, the indium, the emeralds and stuff. But that's the way I do it. You can do it however you want. Just kind of sort of force a habit. Nice snowy world. I can be here for a while too, because not only does my shield kind of like deal with it, I can charge the normal hazard protection, or I can charge the cold protection. And this dioxide charges it. That's why I'm holding 500 of those. Or I could charge it with batteries. I think I already went for that. Let me just see. Yeah, I think I ignored this. There you go. Also, when you're in a menu like this, right? Oh, look at that. Life Support S-Class. Look at that. I just found a Life Support S-Class. I mean, I can't install anymore. You can only have 3. What I can do is destroy one of these and install it to see if it's better, but...
Hey guys.
Oh, hey there. But yeah, I just found an S-Class life support. I think I'll just save it. I don't really need better life support. Give it away or something. I should go for the berry technology as well. Let's see. I'm gonna send this to the freighter because I could put it in one of my ships, one of the haulers. But yeah, I can actually build more storage units. I've just been neglecting that. Should really do that. Damn. Mining laser. I'm pretty sure this is where I built the base, in this moon. And the reason I think that is because the temperature isn't that bad. It's not that bad. The first time I built a base was before the next update and before the Atlas Rises. This was, let's see, it was back in January of this year. I think it was this, yeah, it was back in January of this year, and it was survival. And I built it on a planet that had cold temperatures, but it wasn't so bad. It was only like in the nighttime. But it was mostly cold. But I think the next update erased all that, so. This is on an old save, not this one. But if I were to load the old save, I'm pretty sure the base would be gone. Because the next update like recreated the universe. That was back when you used to use like thermium instead of oxygen and plutonium instead of a condensed carbon. Terrain manipulator. Why are the Sentinels trying to kill me?
Con.
What? Right, I forgot that I had gold on me.
You nice.
Yep, so how's it going? What, is that the same one? I prefer to charge the, this. Because it recharges my other type. I could use that, I guess, but I'll charge it with this. Oh yeah, this, I remember this. I discovered these flying bird things that look like dragons. I called them mini dragon, small ice dragons. I didn't actually call them anything because I didn't rename them. But if I could rename them now, I'd call them ice dragons. They sort of look like dragons. They do, look at that. Except for the face. Like a combination of a dragon and a butterfly or something. Which, speaking of which, on the world that I built my base on, there are butterflies. They're like, I guess they're kind of large when you compare them to real life butterflies, but they're small and they're purple. They just kind of fly around. I don't really need that. I think I have too many. I can convert them to sodium, destabilize sodium, but I don't want to bother. I usually sell those. But yeah, if I didn't find an Earth-like planet, I would have probably built a base here. Somewhere where it's nice and snowy, and I just like the aesthetics. Now the Sentinels the Sentinels don't hate me here. Slow, security. But I think I'm running around in circles though. But I got what I came for. But now I need to find a desert planet. I've been to one, but I don't know where it is now. Now the strangest planet I've been on is an erased planet. Essentially, it's a planet with like bubbles everywhere, and the temperatures are nice, but there's no life. Like if something erased all life on that planet, all you see is rocks. It's like a moon, but it has bubbles everywhere. Don't know what the hell was that about. Probably should have looked that up, but yeah. There you go. That's the fast way to travel when you're on foot. Uses up a lot of jetpack fuel though. Oh, and you can take damage. Oh, damn it. Kind of wondering what the hell's happening. That's the only catch about this planet. It may seem like it's only a little bit cold, but then you get that blizzard, and your protection falls rapidly, and you can barely see anything. But I love the aesthetics of it. I don't know. I love snowy worlds. What do you guys think? For those who are watching, if you like commenting, I think I saw a plant now. I think they're beautiful though. They're deadly. A nice place to visit, essentially. Though I do like the garden worlds as well. The deserts aren't so bad as long as they have like they're not like really hot. If you see cactus and you see life, it's not that different from some places on Earth. Then of course the desert worlds are interesting because in the daytime it could be hot, but in the nighttime it could be cold. So I've been on one world like that. When it was nighttime, it was like cold, and I'm taking cold damage. Then it comes daytime, and that reverses, and I'm taking heat damage. The only two weapons you need, photon cannon and a positron ejector. I mean, you can rapidly shoot this like crazy if you have enough S-class of these things installed. I'll demonstrate. This S-class. I have an A-class there, but I also have two S-classes here. This I'm gonna get rid of though. Conflict scanner, economy scanner, and shields, of course. Of course, I also have an A-class shield. I can improve the shield, but for now it's good enough. I'm not going to use this ship for much longer. Once I get an S-class either fighter or explorer, preferably an S-class explorer, I'm not going to use it much. But now that I came here specifically for the frost crystals. I've done that. So I'm going back to the space station. That's my freighter there, my frigates, the ones that are not on missions. Whoa, whoa, getting kind of a bit of a lag there. Just gonna avoid that. I swear, I think it's my frigates that causes freezes occasionally. But I have frozen on the planet before, but that was because I already had frame rate issues. Which is solved by reloading your autosave. Or restarting your system, but reloading your autosave is faster. Oh, too late. I got the frostworks. Now either I have to jump and try to find a desert world, or I have to figure out which planets had desert. Actually, you know what? I don't have to do that. The great thing about discovering a world and that it stays there as a record in your pause menu is that you can identify the world that's a desert planet because it tells you, and you can warp to the station that has the name of the system, so that's nice. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I usually accept a bunch of missions and hope, well, I do stuff and then I just fulfill them somehow. That's what I do. I accept all the missions that I think I'm gonna do on the way, and just I don't do them for NPCs, because then I have to go back to the system and do it, and that's kind of annoying. Because I have to track the individual down, the life form, and then return to life form, and it's annoying. But if you accept them from the station, it doesn't matter where you are, what system you are. You can just go to one of these guys and you just get the rewards. Because some of these missions I accept are from a different system. Like a nanites. I just recently spent a lot of nanites, so it's good that I'm getting nanites again. And I guess hot ice is always nice. Let's see. You know, I've done enough missions where you would think I'd get the 8 rank ones, but I think it's because of I need to either finish a mission for the guide or something. I don't know. This one would be worth it. That one is the same, so these would be worth it. I'm not assaulting a freighter. This is not worth it. Not really worth it. But I can't do these, so it's fine. Actually, let me talk to this guy. Yeah, this guy look weird. Look at that. He's weird looking for a Viking, I guess. It's also strange that they call the species Viking instead of something more alien. I don't really need nitrogen, God. This explosives you could use on a frigate mission, but I should sell. Actually, they're not worth that much anymore. These used to be worth more. I don't know. Maybe the update changed that. This should go to my ship. I prefer my ship carry the gold because the ship is usually mining like stuff. So, feeding babies. Weird. So I need to find a desert planet. Let's see. Poison rain. Dry gusts. Gentle. Okay, this one has cactus flesh. Oh, that's interesting. That's right. I had a desert planet. So the system, this is the first planet I was on. This is the planet I crash land on. Or when I started my new survival, this is the first planet I was on. Where I had to repair my ship and then leave. It's the system. And this is, I discovered all the species here pretty quickly. So that was nice. This one didn't have anything? Utterly still. Oh yeah, this one has no life. This one was a desert, I guess. It wasn't just a desert. I'm pretty sure it had like radioactive to it, but it's a desert. It has cactus flesh, which I need. So I'm going there. Gamma root. So if I need gamma root, I could just go there. Frost crystals, I was just there. I never bothered to visit the planets on this one, apparently. Enormous nuclear storms, jeez. Dangerously hot fog. Six planets. Really? I only went to 3 of them. Humidity. Lethal humidity outbreaks. Reactive rain. Burning gas clouds. Okay. Occasional snowfall. Maybe that's where I built that. Look at that. I already discovered all the species on this one. Yeah, this must have been the cold planet that I spent a lot of time on. This, okay, so this right here, this was the first community event. I did the first one, I did the second one, I did the third one, the first week, second week, third week. The fourth week I missed. It was my own fault. I could have done it like the moment it was announced. I saw it, but I kind of delayed it, and then I forgot that I had like less than 24 hours to do it. And then when I finally started the game, I was like a few minutes too late, or like an hour too late or something. Anyway, so whoever discovered this planet first renamed this to "You're Stuck Here Forever," because there was some kind of problems and people were complaining that they couldn't leave the system. I was able to leave easily. I just went back to the portal. It's true, you couldn't really like call your freighter in or anything like that, but I just went right back through the portal. So the great thing about this is that since someone else discovered the species, well, actually I think I might have done this one, but on another planet I think someone else discovered this species. No, not that one. Who discovered this? Was it me? It doesn't say. I guess it was me. Huh. Interesting. But on the different one, this is another community event. These I didn't discover myself. So yeah, these are red. As you can see here, it says discovered by Pandora, discovered by these other guys. So when I went here, what I did is just that if you see a planet that all the species are discovered by someone else, all you have to do is upload here. And you get the nanites. I got like 600 nanites from here. And I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was land on the planet, look at the screen, and then upload. I must have not had gone to all of them. But anyway, I'm gonna go here. I haven't even discovered all the species here. Maybe I'll discover some more. Not that I need to anyway, because I already got like the ranking for 10. But that's the first system I was at, so. Here, this is the station. There you go. Really? Nice. Why does this guy not want to talk to me? What? Why do they fear me? That's weird. First he used to not want to talk to me, now he wants to, now he fears me. I should sell this, it's taking space. I really don't need it anyway because my I'm tempted to sell those fusion accelerant. I don't need it anyway because my frigates are strong enough as it is for combat. Oh, what ship is that? Oh, okay. So just shuttle. That fighter is nice. That's almost what I want. I mean, it's almost the best fighter for slots. I'm pretty sure I already talked to everyone here. And since they're a GEC, all I have to do is give them money for them to learn, for me to learn the language. So I'm pretty sure I already know it. I guess I started in a GEC system. Navigation data. I know the weapon you're offering me sucks, but let's see it. No, just B classes and some A classes. Okay, this is worth it. No, actually, it is. Yes, it is. This is not. The guy can look so weird. Why am I even looking at this? I already have all this stuff. Like, I need nothing here. Oh, look at that, an 29 Explorer, not bad. Not that great, but not that bad. A hauler, but not the kind of hauler I like because it's too wide. Where's my ship? I think the cactus is going to be more annoying than the frost crystals. The only catch with this thing is that it has limited range. Which at the same time is a good thing because that means you won't hit anything else. That ship doesn't look so bad. I'm gonna check it out, even though I haven't checked out a freighter in a while. But let's see. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be as good as the one that I have, but you never know. Captain Dunce. I'm not surprised it's not that good. Again, someone told me if I want the good freighters, I have to like wait around in a system of, I guess, wealthy, and then wait for like a freighter that asks for help, and you fight and you figure it out. You just gotta go in there and hope that go into a system, I guess, where you like the look of the freighters. When I find one, I'm gonna stick around there for a while. Some of the freighters I don't actually like the way they look, but you know, when you're stuck with crappy freighter. Although my freighter isn't that crappy, but still. And I like how different systems have different looking freighters, even if it's the same species. Whoa. Tour, that's this world I started on. This planet I never discovered, why not? How many planets does this system have? It says 3, I think I discovered this one. That's unmapped. I'll land on it. I would rather that the system I started on and that I discovered all the planets. Of course. Yes. Fusion accelerant. It's waffle. It's worth it. That is, it's worth a lot, so I can understand why the pirates would see it and say, oh yeah, it's worth it, let's go attack them. Of course, they don't know that I have my weapons like, oh, it's only the one pirate? I'm disappointed. Yeah, actually, you know what? I needed some more chromatic weapon, chromatic metal. Now that I think about it, I spent so much of it. I'm only landing because it says I haven't discovered the world, even though I did. Yeah, first contact apparently. It looks nice. Look at the visuals of this. It's pretty. Of course, it's an airless world, but it's still pretty. Mostly because of the atmosphere. I know I could just buy these, but they're in the way, so might as well. Really? My ship is like right there, I'm too far away? I don't like that. I understand that I can build one of the teleporters, but the teleporters don't have long range either, so it's kind of pointless. I tried it before, it was like a waste. Anyway, charge that. Send that to the suit. Send this to the suit and this. Why am I doing that? I'm gonna dismantle this. I'm not sure if I bought that, but it's a waste for me installing it there. Exosuit, high capacity, exosuit. And the reason why I'm doing that is to install this one. I'm not. Now I have 5 S classes of the positron ejector, essentially the shotgun from the spaceship. I can only build 3 of the same upgrade on one inventory. So, but I have 2 inventories there, one for technology and one for general. This one is A class. It's good enough that I don't want to get rid of it. I mean, the fire rate is 16 and the heat it's 12 as opposed to 20, and so it's good enough that I'm not gonna buy one and get rid of it. I get rid of this one because of the fact that, well, I mean, I have other ships that I'm gonna eventually need that for. And the reason why I do this here is because if I dismantle a technology and the ship doesn't have the space, it's lost. Like this technology module was lost over here. Send that to the ship. Not a lot of space, but it's the hauler. The hauler has the least amount. I mean, it's a shuttle, I should say. Shuttles have the least amount of space, but they also use up less fuel when they're taken off. Main reason why I was using it because my backpack capacity has enough. Anyway, this world is barren, as you can see. There's nothing here. Except for the occasional sentinel. I only landed here so I can say I finally discovered it. For whatever reason, it wasn't really discovered by me yet. Now it's discovered. Man, and I was in this system like a month ago. That's how vast the galaxy is. It's very unlikely that you... What, really? It's undiscovered. Really? I know for a fact I discovered that one. That doesn't make any sense. Unmapped. I know for a fact I discovered this one. At least it says I discovered that one. That's the planet I started on. I know for a fact that I was on that planet. It's weird. Some kind of glitch, I guess. But for those who are watching, feel free to leave comments, ask questions. I have text to speech. Your voice would be heard, I mean, your comment will be voiced by a robotic female voice, I guess. Like if it's a ship's computer was telling me your comments. It's actually very appropriate for this game. Similar to Everspace, another space game that I played, and that one had like a male robot voice in the game, while the text-to-speech was female. Oh, I guess I can change that, but I leave it default. It's good enough. And so it was kind of very appropriate for the game. But the goal for me is to go there. I've been to this planet. I don't know why it says on the map. I'm certain I uploaded it. Is to go to this planet, Upload no, to get the cactus flesh. When I have enough, I can make the circuit board. Well, actually, I won't be able to make the circuit board until I get the star bulbs, but the star bulbs are on my home planet, so the planet that I built my base. You guys will soon see it. It's a green world, Earth-like, no temperature extremes. It's the temperature is better than on Earth actually, because there's no snow, there's no deserts. It's just green. It's a garden world. The only thing is that the Sentinel's trying to kill me, but other than that, you know, as long as you take a stroll with a shield on, then you don't have to worry. There is apparently some endangered species. At least that's what it said on the icon, and so that might be it. And there are some species that look like dinosaurs, and they kind of try to kill you. So that's kind of interesting. They look like raptors. They're not that large, but if you're just minding your business and you don't notice, you'll see a claw pop out of nowhere. A claw warning, and then all of a sudden you get rammed from behind. They look like raptors with feathers. And then there's this other creature that looks very, very weird. It looks bizarre. Some kind of weird, ugly, mutated thing. But it's completely peaceful, and it eats rocks. That's all it eats, rocks. So it leaves you completely alone and ignores you. Still bizarre looking. Oh, look at that. Rocks. Never mind. It's cactus flesh. I need to destroy these cactus on. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot the species. A giant walking crab thing. Like a mix between a crab and like an octopus or something. They're peaceful. This is not first contact. I already look at that. I already discovered this species. Don't tell me this is first contact. It's elderly, astrometric, wise. It eats cave merles. So essentially, it fears the rain. It fears the rain. It fears the rain. Does it even rain on this planet? Oh yeah, this is another dinosaur that I discovered early on. Right here. But this is also peaceful. They're not trying to kill me. When you walk near those things, you can hear the ground shake. They're like a combination of a crab and a spider. That's the best way to describe them. I said octopus, but only because they have such a big head. So it's like a combination of an octopus, a crab, and a spider. Got spider legs, a big giant octopus head, and crab things. And it fears rain, apparently. Anyway, I'm here to like mine cactus. Not those. Cactus flesh. Come on. Yo, there's gotta be better cactus flesh somewhere. And these weird creatures with lights in their faces. Like, this thing isn't even that close, but it's making the ground shake. Look at that. These things have cactus flesh, but I want a lot more than that. It's gonna be a problem. I'm staying clear from you. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not going to provide me with enough. I can also mine those things for that resources that the Vikings want for to learn the language, but I can also hunt animals for that. Look at that species. I think I'm gonna fly around. Maybe I'll find some cactus flesh. It might be those things, actually. One of the benefits of having a shuttle, you use up less fuel. In survival mode, you use up more fuel than in normal mode. In survival mode, you use up 50% of your fuel every time you take off. Unless you're using a shuttle or you're using one of those upgrades that reduces the amount of fuel consumption. Now, these will take too long. Unless I have no choice but to get those, but there might be a cactus resources that are faster to get. I think so anyway. Would suck if there isn't. Even still, at 50%, at 22 fuel, I have to reload. Because it uses up 26. That's on a shuttle with the B class launcher upgrade. That looks like something I would want. Yes, found it. Perfect. There's a lot of it too. I'm tempted to build a portal nearby. I swear, I'm pretty sure I can install cactus, like I can farm it. So I see the value of farms now. I used to kind of be dismissive of it, like I don't really feel like farming. I mean, really, I have to do all of that. I'm like, do everything. But some of these resources are necessary to make a lot of money. So if you want to make a lot of money, you have to build a farm. Not that I really need that much more money, but still. And it's pretty simple. You just plant the thing, power it up, and it does it by itself. You come back, they're fully grown. Only problem is that currently either they fixed it in the last patch, I'm not sure, but I don't think they did, or it's glitched for now, in the sense that when you leave and you come back, all your fuel is gone. The plants have grown and everything, you can collect them, but you have to refuel it all the time, so you can't just ignore it. And it's going to cost you a lot of carbon that way. Look at that. That's a nice amount of cactus flesh. For a long time, I didn't install the hazmat gloves. Because I really wasn't collecting these resources. I really wasn't using it. So I had cactus flesh, but I had them from, like, you know, getting cactus. Like mining the cactus as a secondary. But that's a lot of cactus flesh. Look at that. I'm not gonna have to come here for a while. This is the fast way to do it. You don't want to do it the annoying way. Of course, instead of flying around, I could have just scanned the horizon and then identified it that way. That's the even faster way, but I decided to just fly around.
Hi.
Oh, hi there. So feel free to leave comments or ask questions about the game, about my plan here. Look at this dinosaur thing. It looks like I don't know what it is, man. It looks, yeah. I can describe this crab, octopus, spider thing. But this thing is sort of like, I don't know, it's like an ant eater or something, but huge and with a shorter face. Like, sort of like a triceratops, but without
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from the US. From the East Coast. Look at this thing. Yeah, it's definitely a lizard. Don't crush me, man. Actually, now that I notice, this planet doesn't have any extremes. It's just a desert world. Blasted atmosphere. It must be at later on. It must have some kind of sandstorm or something. But it's pretty peaceful. This says blasted atmosphere, resources limited. Still, I wouldn't want to build my base here because it's a desert world, and I don't like deserts. They're kind of dry and depressing.
I don't have this game, but
oh, it's a fun game. They've improved it considerably. The criticism of this game when it originally came out was justified. I mean, yeah, they made a lot of promises. The game was pretty empty, but after 2 years and continuous updates, they really made this game good. Now that depends if you like flexing games and exploration games and stuff like that.
what do you really do in this game?
Well, first things first, when you start the game, you're on a planet, like you have no memory, and you have to repair your ship and repair your stuff. And after that, yeah, you just take off, and then you can either pursue a story. There seems to be two different ones, either the Atlas or the Traveler, or you can just do stuff and fly around and do whatever you want. It's, I guess, a ultimate sandbox. You can build a base. You can make a lot of money and use that to buy a freighter. Well, you get your first freighter is free, but you have to like earn it through helping a freighter out. And you can buy frigates and you can send them out on missions that make you money, bring you resources. But you can build elaborate bases like Minecraft. Like, oh, look at that, more cactus flesh. Should I go for it? I mean, I'm pretty sure I can farm those. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, there's community events. You can meet random players in the game.
But then what's the point?
What's the point? The point is mostly to pursue the story. There is a story to it now. And to find the secret of the Atlas and the universe. And why these sentinels are everywhere. And you can also, of course, you can do secondary missions like build a base, recruit people, build a farm, get a guy that gives you blueprints for weapons, and a better multi-tool. There's vehicles, landcraft. But yeah, there's two different stories. Look at this species. I haven't discovered this species yet. Damn. Crunches bones. Anyway, yeah, it's mostly about exploration, to be honest.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Wow, this is a lot of cactus. Look at this. I think I'm gonna upload this to the freighter. But yeah, it's mostly based on exploration. You can go to space. You can pretty much land on any planet that is available. Some planets that have no life on it, though. Well, it seems like most of them have life on it. Even the really radioactive ones.
In this game?
Yes. The multi-tool is also a gun. Like you use it to scan stuff. These are mining lasers. These are for mining. So you can use the lasers as a weapon. Then there are this is my shotgun right here. Those are A-class improvements. As a personal shield, like a forward force field that is invincible until the like shield runs out, but it's only to the when you're forward. You can still be hurt from behind. This is like a rapid fire submachine gun, I guess. The bullets bounce if you have ricochet mode. They're enabled. Bolter is like a regular pistol. You usually start with this pistol, but I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't really need it. Well, you kill these sentinels, these robotic things that are sometimes trying to kill you, or animals that are trying to kill you. Like this animal can potentially, I guess he's just ignoring me for now. But it's mostly the sentinels. They get annoyed with you if you're farming stuff, if you're killing animals. In fact, you might want to hunt for animals for a certain resources that one of the species wants. You also get attacked by pirates, but that's in space, not on the planet. Like this sentinel, this icon here. I'm gonna piss it off. Because I have so much shields, I don't have to worry about the small ones. Also, I needed that resource anyway, because I sold a bunch of them, which I shouldn't have done. Because I was kind of annoyed it was taking up so much space. I shouldn't have sold it though.
Do you get humans in this?
No, it seems like you don't. There's anomalies. You don't know what the anomalies are really. There's 3 main alien species. I'm one of the I'm the robotic one. This is the avatar of the robotic one. There's the travelers, which are a different species that are just traveling around. So you don't really encounter humans. I mean, unless technically the anomaly can be humans, I guess. Oh yeah, there you go. Extreme cold planet. I was wondering. So this planet does have extreme. The Sentinels are sort of like the fun police. Oh yeah, let me shoot this thing. I want cactus. I want the specific resources that. Yeah, those things. I think the best weapons against them are either the shotgun or the pulse splitter. Either the shotgun, which is the scatter blaster, or the pulse splitter. Tam, come over here. You want the barrels because they recharge your shield.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I certainly didn't pay $60 for it. I wouldn't buy it for $60 now. I mean, it's a game. It's a 2-year-old game. So if you're gonna buy the game, buy a physical copy of it. I'm pretty sure you can buy a physical copy for it for like $15 or something. It depends on where you buy it. You know, you can buy it for $15-20. It depends. That's how it is in the store. In the PSN store, it's usually like $60 even years after the game comes out for some games. I guess they do that so whenever there's a sale, they can say it's half off and it's still $30, or they can say it's I don't know. They can say it's like 75% off, or like 66% off and it's $20 or something. That's just how the PSN store is.
Yeah.
They do that with a lot of games. I'm sure like Grand Theft Auto is still like $60, maybe. But that's an even older game, so I don't even know. Oh, taking damage. The shotgun isn't the best when it comes to like this kind of enemy that is fast, so in that case I'm gonna use a pulse splitter. You're really annoying me. Okay, this thing Also repairs the big one, the bigger one, so that's annoying.
Have you seen Earth in this game?
Have I seen what? Oh no, no, you never encounter it. This is like a sort of a galaxy far, far away. There's no Earth here. There are Earth-like planets though. I need that. There you go. My shields are off. You are annoying, you annoying thing. I find you more annoying than the walkers. Because you ran me. That's why I find you annoying. You're dead now. But now the walkers are gonna come. Of course, you need to kill the walkers to get a walker brain in order to make a conflict scanner.
I thought the game developer said you can find it.
No, I don't. I'm not sure if they ever said that, but it's not really possible because it's like a fantasy universe. It's maybe I don't know. You can find Earth-like planets. I have a planet that looks like Earth. I can show you it. That's where I built my base. There's still Sentinels that are trying to kill me, but I can, you know. Let me just take some more cactus flesh. I should probably have messed around with the Sentinels. It's fine. Carrying too much stuff. I want you, put you there, put you there, get rid of you. I swear I don't need all this cactus flesh, but it's here, and I'm gonna use it because I'm not gonna come here back for here for a while. Although I'm pretty sure I could just plant these cactus. That's a walker right there. The walkers aren't that bad. Not if you have the proper weapon for it. If you're trying to shoot it with a pistol, you're gonna have a bad time. But the way to destroy a walker, so since people are watching, the way to destroy a walker, or first things first, you gotta take out the small guys. Let me just charge my thermal protection, because I don't want to take damage from that while I'm trying to take out walkers. First thing you want to do is take out these guys. You want to either use a pulse splitter, which is like an SMG.
I think no one can explore all the world in this game.
Really? No ammo? You need plenty of ammo also. Oh no, that's impossible. I mean, there are trillions of planets. I think he said quadrillions actually. So first things first, you want to take out these sentinels. The small ones, the scouts. You might want to have a personal shield like that. That helps you. So there are two ways. You can use the pulse splitter or you can use the shotgun. The shotgun's pretty good. I'm gonna use both. I'm gonna shotgun the legs. You have to hit the legs first. Then you have to hit the upper leg. But once you do that, once you destroy the leg armor, you gotta get away from it. Because then it's gonna throw grenades everywhere. I destroyed one before, so I know what to expect. Then yeah, you can still try the shotgun, but full split is probably better. Because it starts dancing like that, it starts shooting like bombs in the air. Gotta get away from it. Oh yeah, it starts doing that as well. Which you can block with that, with the shield. You can actually, like, run away from that too. You don't have to actually get hit by it. You probably want to hit the red dots there. You need plenty of ammo. You might want to upgrade your... Yeah, it does look like a Metal Gear Solid. But no, I don't really play Fortnite. I mean, one day I might get into it, but for now, I'm busy playing, like No Man's Sky. Really? I guess since I'm far away from it, it won't do that little dance and throw grenades in here. Not so bad, as you can see. You just gotta be prepared.
Okay.
While you reload, you can have that shield up. There you go. And you want to loot the corpse. That gives you walker brain, which you need to make a conflict scanner. Of course, there's another walker there, but I don't want to bother with that one. I killed one. And where the hell's my shit? Yeah. Now, where's my shit? Oh, look at that, combat supplies.
Another one.
Yeah, they keep coming.
OMG.
I guess you can push the body around. Or the machinery. Where's the is it over here? Or maybe it's just a tease. This is combat supplies, but there are none. Now I just have to find my ship. There it is. Of course, the way to get away from them is to use the rocket boots. The rocket boots used to not work before, but it works now. Anyway, I'm done in this planet. I only came here for the cactus flesh. Right, that's right. So when you leave the planet, after you're escaping from the guys, the ones in space come after you. That said,
Go to Earth.
I'll go to my Earth-like planet that that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a portal for that. That's the fast way. What happened to the ship? It disappeared. It didn't even chase me. That's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna go to the space station, then I'm gonna go to my home base. That world right there is a toxic planet. Not really Earth-like. Think of a planet full of fungus and yeah, stuff like that. Those are pirates. You can talk to the pirates. Friend, did you not know this trade route belongs to us? Pay the penalty, fine, or suffer the consequences. Now, I can pay the penalty fine, I can bargain, but I always refuse because I can destroy them easy. You persist? Very well then.
Your planet first.
You persist? Very well then. Suffer the consequences of your action. It's not in the star system. I have to either jump there repeatedly or I use the portal and get there fast. That's why I'm headed to the space station. The space station has a portal. These are pirates. But they're like no match for me because I upgraded this ship with a space shotgun essentially. In fact, it's like it's almost fully upgraded. I got S-Class 3 there. I can only put 3 in each slot and 3 here. This is another bonus. So it's pretty much almost fully upgraded. They're like no match. But anyway, in order to get to the home world, my home planet, right above my base, I have to go to the space station. Which I was headed there anyway, because I need to go and plant some, like, stuff in the farm. It's not so much a farm as so much as a hydroponic area. There you go. Ah, a walker brain. Wow, I used up so much ammunition. Like, I have like no fire dust left. I have to buy or make those. Or like farm for those, I should say. It's a walker brain. I'll keep this there just in case. Running out of space. I gotta sell some of this stuff.
How long have you been playing this game?
Well, this save is about 100 hours in actually. But I played it before on different saves. So I pretty much know what I'm doing, though I don't know everything. Like, I haven't done the farming yet, so I'm just starting to do that now. And I haven't reached the center yet, ever. But I will enter the center of the galaxy eventually. I just need an S-Class Explorer with the maximum slots. Then I'll start really going there. This guy doesn't want to talk to me. He's like afraid of me or something. I never tracked him or anything. Anyway, I'm going to my home base. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Gonna take like a minute.
Can you drive in this game?
Yes, you can drive. But in order to drive, you need to build a base. You need to do missions for the construction guy. Then you can hire a scientist. Then you can do missions for him, and then you can also hire an armorer, a guy for weapons. And then you can hire an agriculturalist. You need to keep doing missions for the construction guy. And he needs a circuit board, which forces you to do all the missions for the scientist first. And then once you get the circuit board, you can build a trade terminal anywhere, which is what I'm working on. And I think you can also hire a vehicle guy. He's the last one you can hire. I'm just going here. This is not my base, but I'm gonna sell stuff first before I forget. Maybe I should sell these. There are 4 types of vehicles. They added a new one with the recent update. So the first one is sort of like a car, like a rover, and the second one is like a hover thing type that has less capacity, but it's really fast and hovers, and you can like hover above water. The car one, you can go into the water and you have unlimited oxygen, but the one that hovers above water is probably faster. Then there's the big one that's like a tank, slower, but has a lot more capacity.
Oh, nice.
And then there's the third one, which is a motorcycle. I mean the fourth one. The fourth one is a motorcycle. They just added that one. I think that one is probably might be the fastest for a ground one. I'm not sure though. I haven't built it yet. I've built the other three on a different save. But I decided to make a new save with the next update, but yeah. So, oh yeah, this is my home planet, world. It's a bountiful world. The weather is refreshing breeze. It looks Earth-like, as you can see. It's not exactly Earth, though. The only thing is the Sentinels. Those things always want to kill me for no reason. Those Sentinels. And this is a weird creature here I discovered. It's like a bird, crocodile.
Is the first one like Halo car?
I'm not sure what you mean. Halo car? But this is, they have like beak-like things. They're harmless. They eat rocks. But then there's another like dinosaur type raptor-looking species. Can I go outside the world? You mean like leave the planet? Yeah. Or do you mean like walk around and run around the entire world? Yeah, I could do that too. And in the vehicles, I can run around and roam around the entire planet if I want.
And see it from outside.
And see it from outside. Oh, you mean like go outside the planet and look at it? Yeah, I could do that. I need to do that on the spaceship. But I could do that, no problem. That said, I'm gonna do something first. This is like my temporary hydroponic area. I built it out of wood because essentially wood is what I had. This is actually kind of complicated. So, equipment, farming.
Halo is a game.
Plants, frostwood. There you go. Frostworts. Yeah, Halo. But I haven't played Halo, so I don't really know exactly what you mean. Like I know there are gameplay elements that you're talking about, but I'm not sure exactly. Sentinel was rude. It goes into my base. It was curious, wandering around what the hell was happening. Of course, in my base, it can't attack me, so.
I get it.
What? It doesn't let me talk to the assistant? There you go. Does the way it shimmers in the light not enchant you, friend? I have lost hours in its gentle glisten, but now a plant of great contrast. Solar vine. Now I can make a solar vine, which is great, because I have all the materials for that. Your next crop will be a solar vine, a plant that grows deep within the mantle of scorched worlds. It seeks out all heat from the sun
That's
or the
nice
core
that
below.
You can plant stuff in this game.
Oh yeah, you have to hire this farmer first. But yeah, it seeks out all heat. That way I don't have to go to the planet that I went to get the cactus. I won't have to do that again. I could just build a farm and do it there. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Your next crop will be a solar vein, a plant that grows deep within the mantle of scorched worlds. It seeks out all heat from the sun or the core below. Its roots can extend to such incredible lengths that once it was believed they never ended. But do not worry, friend. Here, with our facilities, their growth shall be more manageable. The assistant wishes for me to Cultivate solar vine. A plant that usually grows only in extreme heat. If only I shone as brightly as the solar vine, I envy you the joy.
Have you played Mass Effect?
Of Discovery Friend. Yes, Mass Effect I've played. I've played all the Mass Effects, even the new one, but I haven't finished the new one. I'm still working on that one. I kind of stopped playing it a couple of months back because didn't have the time, but I was playing and streaming that one. It's better than what people say. It's not as good as the second one or third one, but it's better than what people say. This is the problem with this hydroponics. Apparently there's a bug with the update that you constantly have to charge it, and if you go away, the charge disappears or something.
I played all old Mass Effects.
Yeah, they were great. Look at that. These things already popped up. Here, I'm gonna plant the solar veins, I guess. This thing, I have to extend it though. Like I have to break some of the walls and make this longer. Okay, this is more complicated now because there's a lot of menus here. It wants me to plant this thing. Return to farmer. I think I need to build a little ladder here.
Play the new one because you can't be shepherd.
Yeah. It's not bad though. But yeah, it's not as good as the other ones. You have successfully cultivated solar vein, yes?
Sorry, okay. I don't his name.
Wow, I don't remember. All I remember is that he was usually referred to as Pathfinder.
That new character.
Yeah, the new character was usually referred to just as Pathfinder, but I forget the last name. You have successfully cultivated solar vein, yes? I can smell its heat from here. Its incandescent splendor.
From new Mass Effect.
Yeah. Wonderful savor. Wonderful savor this moment, friend. For now, I'll end you into a more dangerous form of botanomy. Botanical study, whatever. Fungal cluster. Glad I have that. I would hate to go back for that. Fungal clusters are cultivated within toxic environments, but you have proved you can master much, yes? Be careful as your work, friend. Clusters have been known to cause illness and hallucinations if improperly handled. Extended exposure is ill-advised. Yes, I'll do that. So essentially, can I build more? Let's see. I can build like a row. I don't know if I want to do that though. Because I don't know how many he wants me to plant though. Because I could break the wall down and just make it really, really long. And have a row of like all the same. I'm pretty sure he's gonna want me to make one of each, of every kind. So for that, base components. I really only have the wooden components.
Outside, please.
Okay, sure. No, my base is just this. The center one. That one's already there. Those are structures that were already there, but I built my base in between that. Mostly because I can land my ship here. And I can sell stuff there, but now I'm close to be able to get the blueprints to make stuff. To make the trade terminal anyway. So I won't really need it. But it's still convenient because they also sell me stuff like glass. So my base... Damn, where is my base? I just flew out of there.
I might get this game.
Wow, I lost track of my base. Let's see. I want you to see how it looks from the air, because it looked quite interesting the first time I spied it. Like, I didn't even intend for it to look like that, but look at that. Oh, there's my base. So when you're high up, and I look down at my base, let me get closer. The world keeps spinning while you're out there. So if you ignore the spot and the other base is not mine. If my base is the square items. If you notice it looks like a cross.
All of the questions.
Oh, that's cool. It's no problem. If you notice, my base here, my initial first base, it looks like a cross. It wasn't even intending it to do it that way, but it looks nice. I like the cross look. But from space, from orbit, you can't really see it because the atmosphere is too thick. It's a pretty big world. It's Earth-like, but it's really like big. Let me just boost away for a while. So this is what the world looks like. It's like a garden world, except it has lakes everywhere. And an ocean there. And of course there's some... The only thing is I don't really like the way the freighter looks anymore. I used to. I was like, that freighter looks interesting, but then I got sick of seeing it. And because I docked on so many of them and they refused to give me anything good, I got annoyed. All the freighters here suck. That is they're yeah, I probably do, but not sure if I will, but yeah. But that's how the world looks, but I gotta get from further away because it has rings. This is a ring planet. So it isn't exactly Earth-like. It doesn't have a moon, but it has a ring around it. It's green though, but it seems like it's green all around. There's no polar to it. There's no polar ice caps. I'm gonna travel away from it for a while. See? It's a big giant ring.
Why
And
is
that's
it
the
blurry?
and that's why I built it.
The world.
The world? I don't know. Oh, you mean sometimes when I enter it, why is it blurry? It's just the game limitation. It's either a limitation of the game or a limitation of the system, where it's kind of blurry until you get close enough and then it starts being blurry. It's like the game is loading in the planet. I guess it's so it won't use up too much memory, because you get to explore the entire planet freely. You can dig into the planet as well, but there's a limit. Because it isn't just a world, it's also multiple planets. There's also multiple planets in the system, like that one. This one is a hot world, or yeah, it's a hot world. I discovered that as well. And there's another one over here that's a I don't know what this is, I forget. This is an irradiated planet. That means it's radiation. I think that
it looks nice.
Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, there's another one over here. No, that's the one I already mentioned. Yeah, it does. But yeah, that's what I was working on the farm and the other mission. And that star pretty much tells me where my base is. Oh, you can also, there's bounties that you can hunt pirates if you want.
Oh shit, I have to go.
Ah, that's cool. Well, if you like the stream, feel free to follow. I do stream this, try to stream this daily. That's the pirate bounty right there. I just made 100,000. They didn't give me any money for that. What? No.
Thanks for the time.
No problem. You have a good day.
Bye.
See ya. When I go to my base here, I just land here. And that way I can land and take off without using up any fuel. But I think I overdid it with the cactus. It was just so much. No, I never have to go to a desert world again. Then again, isn't this made out of cactus? Yes, it's made out of cactus flesh. Baby, a lot of cactus flesh. I need unstable jelly for something, I forgot. Of course I have 1,000 there. Yes, adventure. It also tells you your stats there. Log in, yeah, adventure, so on and so forth. So that's cool. Zoology, oh yeah, so it also tells you beyond your extent. So instead of it being 10, it's 13. I can only see 10 on the the menu option. So that means I discovered 3 more than what I needed to get the max rank. Of course I have that much money and the words collected and the aliens encountered for the exploration. Let's see, what do I want to sell? I'm selling, I should kind of sell this, but I kind of don't want to. Especially when I could probably get a better price. There's a specific, yeah, I do kind of want to get rid of this. I have a lot of nitrogen. Get rid of this. Alright, that's good enough. So it wants me to build a fungal cluster. So I'll probably have to break the wall. Can't go for wooden components. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That creature's a predator. Or at least that creature wants to kill me. That horned, this is what I was talking about before. It's like a horned raptor type creature. I gotta kill it before it kills me. Shotgun to the face. See? Kill predatory creatures. I just completed the mission. That was convenient. I don't know if I should continue extending it beyond there, actually. Oh, wooden arc. That's useful. You don't have to really build it this way, but that's what I'm doing for now. I mean, I might change it later on. So in this case, I ran out of carbon, but the quick way of getting carbon is to build this. Assuming you have condensed carbon, which I do. You'll put it in here. You collect the thing, and then you get 3 times the carbon from compared to the condensed carbon. Although condensed carbon is obviously better, I guess, for powering stuff up. And the reason why I'm using carbon as opposed to like something else is that I have a lot more carbon than I can get. Then I can get like a ferrite dust, which I don't have much of. Components, farming, hydroponics, that's a problem. Of course, I can also just farm for it, but this is slightly faster. And I have a lot of condensed carbon that I'm not really using. Normally I use it for stuff like powering my laser. But I have a lot of, actually I don't have that much condensed carbon, but I have a lot of phosphorus, which does the same thing. There's a lot more menus than there were before. No, I get it. You want me to do that. But I'm also gonna do this. This piece of carbon. Oh yeah, that's right, condensed carbon. I built my base near crystals. It wasn't on purpose. It was there. So sometimes when I start the game up again, these crystals just reappear, and I can keep farming them, which is a good thing. I think if I reload the autosave, they won't, but if I just don't play the game and come back the next day, they reappear. Of course, there's some very technology there that's convenient. Some salvage technology, that is. The only thing that's not convenient is the Sentinels trying to kill me. Not only is this an Earth-like world that's green, no temperature extremes like Garden World, even better than, even more comfortable than Earth. It oh, stop shooting me. Now I lost my train of thought. Well, I guess that's it then. It's just, not only is it an Earth-like world that's green, it also has no temperature extremes of any kind, and Earth does, so. Only thing is the Sentinels. You learn quickly, traveler. Now that you have mastered some of the more dangerous flora, let's go one step further. Gamma weed. The Gek lost our homes, our cities, our identity in the last Great War. Traveler, world upon world, bombarded by atomic strike. Interesting. All that grows on the worlds of old are warped things. Deadly to the touch, screaming with the memory of what they once were. One such crop is gamma weed. We shall cultivate it here. Let us leave the fighting to others, friend. We shall grow things instead. Wishes for me to cultivate gamma weed using the hypertronic trays. Interesting. I'll await the results with anticipation, traveler. Now please forgive me. I have not been able to sleep recently. I must get some rest. Get away. Are you gonna shoot me from here? You really are? What a bastard. The problem with doing that is that they just will come. Damn it, I need a little stairs here. Like, it's kind of annoying me. I know I can build a little stairs. Not the large rooms. I sort of decorations? What? I guess I can build this. No, that's too. I can build a flag. Yay. I can build a chair. You know what the crazy part is that I built it over here. I just forgot how to do it. I built a little, this. Oh wait, oh I see. I didn't build that. Anyway, I don't have the material for the circuit board yet. What I actually, let me move this here. In order to, I need star bulbs. I know there are star bulbs on this world. So I didn't get all the resources I need. Really? Are you really gonna annoy me that way? Come over here. Stand right there. Star bulbs, what could you do? Oh, there you are. Not that far. So the way to do the rocket boost this way? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You gotta be careful, you can kill yourself this way. Nothing has killed me yet, but actually you gotta kill yourself this way. Nanites. Interesting that I get nanites from that. I'm pretty sure I already opened it, but I guess since I left the system and came back, everything respawned. But the star bulbs, I needed more of these. The reason why I didn't bother on that desert planet was because I knew I could find it on my home world here. And eventually I can just build star bulbs. It allows me to mine it. In fact, I can just build this outside. That sentinel's like this. That's the only catch of this world. But I wanted to build a base so I can get the blueprints. Those blueprints were important, and now that they added with the update the motorcycle, that just reinforces the fact that I'm glad I built my base here. Because I want to mess around with that motorcycle. And there's the convenience of having those gravitational balls if I wanted them. Which I don't, so. Burn. Oh yeah, here are the butterflies that I mentioned before. Purple butterflies. I just named them purple butterflies. If they stop, you know, spinning around, maybe I can analyze them. Yeah, purple butterflies. They eat star bulbs apparently. And that's the raptor-like creature that tried to kill me before. Or maybe this is a different one. I think this is a different one. Still gonna kill it though. The reason why is because the Viking want those more dice for stuff for their language. They're the most annoying ones to learn their language. The Corvex are just need copper, which you can buy, and they only require 10 copper, not like the Viking that want 20 of those things for each word. The Gek are the easiest ones. They just want units. 10 units is nothing. You're always carrying around units, so these are sentient plants. And you open them, you get these pearls, but they're not really worth it. They're literally not worth me picking up and carrying. This is getting a bit laggy. Thieves. Oh yeah, this is a Viking controlled system. So all these words I learned are the Viking, which are the most annoying one to learn, so that's also a bonus. At first, they were the species with the language that I knew the most because I had a lot of the resources. Because on the planet that I started in, some of the carbon planets had that as a secondary. So I knew to spend my sweet time farming those things. And I converted a lot of the carbon into condensed carbon. I find that interesting. The Sentinels seem to lose you a lot faster than before. Before they used to, I think that's part of the update. They used to chase you to the ends of the earth. But now they don't just endlessly chase you. They actually lose you. You can outrun them now. So that's great. The hell am I doing here again? Gamma weed. He wanted gamma weed. Now let's get back to what I was doing before I was rudely interrupted. I can pick these up, right? Can I pick them up or not? Maybe they're not fully grown. They look fully grown. Man, I actually have to recharge my life support. I wasn't gonna make it this wide. Look at the butterflies. I had no intention of making it this wide, but man, those sentinels are annoying me. Now that I think about it, I might not even need to build walls. We'll see. Oh, look at that. I don't even need to build walls. That's convenient. I only built the walls because I thought I needed them. Gamma root, was it? Yes. Maybe I need a pad, like, let's see. Kind of annoying me, so that's why I'm... No, not those. Like, structures... Wait, I don't know how to... Foundations, there you go. Paving. Paving, that paving is a bit big. I'll take the small one. I think it might help, I don't know. It doesn't seem to help in this part. So what I'm gonna do is, can I delete this door? I wonder. I can delete the door. That's a good thing. I think it's still as annoying. Or maybe that's my problem. Maybe. what I needed to do. No, just the door. It's just the way the structure is. Stop smacking me. Stop being annoying, butterfly. I'm not food. I'm not a tree. Or a flower. No. No, it doesn't really benefit me because it's the terrain. It's the terrain is off. Oh well, I might have to deal with it. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to talk to the farmer. Damn, really? I don't have enough gamma. How many do I have left? 9. Really? I ran out of ammunition? Damn, that's horrible. How long is it gonna take? It looks like this thing is done, but I can't pick it up. No, I could be wrong, but didn't have problems picking any of this thing up. Wow, wow, wow. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to delete one of these. Yeah, it requires 50. So now I have enough. But at least I have one there. That means in the future I can pick that one up and gonna have to wait for that one to spawn and then build another one, I guess. But I have enough. I will be able to make such fine dishes with this plant. It is a pity that you are unable to gorge on this radioactive treasure, traveler. But perhaps I may offer an alternative. It will satiate your hunger with beauty rather than food. Gravitino host? A strange, potentially parasitic plant that yields an occasional harvest of highly tradable commodities, Gravitino balls. Suitable for hydroponic indoor planting, cannot be planted outdoors. Oh, I see. You know, okay, gravitational. I don't really need that. I can actually. They grow all around this world. We shall cultivate a crop of gravitino hosts. I will be happy to tell you the history of this flora, should you wish it. I thought they were like artificial. I didn't know they were actually plants. My stories and theories seem to bore other Gek friend. I suppose I am closest to the Corvex in my wish to study, but even then, those machines lack all sense of surprise, all passionate wonder. I must confess that I frequently feel lonely. Assistant Gaiji wishes for me to use hydroponic tray to grow Gravitino host. Fine. Many believe the Gravitino host cannot be cultivated through artificial means. I know they are wrong, friend. You will reap the benefits of my experimentation. Ugh, this is such a pain. In this case, I'm gonna just build it here, even though I wanted the one to each be different, but for now, God, it's the one thing that I really don't need. Like, they grow everywhere. What is that? Oh, I just sold a bunch of indium. God damn it. Then again, there are pearls everywhere. I just sold pearls. I have that. Oh, okay. I don't really like these anyway. I hope he's not gonna make me make this. I can't find emeralds to save my life.
Is this game like Osiris Zero Dawn? Worth 2-4?
Osiris Zero Dawn? What? Never heard of you mean Horizon Zero Dawn? No, it's not like Horizon Zero Dawn at all. It's a space flight sim and mostly exploration. Is it worth 24 this game? Yeah, I say so. I mean, you can get it cheaper, I guess, because this is a 2-year-old game.
Osiris New Dawn might be.
It wants me to harvest Gravitino Ball, but I can do that around here. That's the funny part. This world creates it normally. Or Osiris New Dawn. I've never heard of the game. I have to look that game up. If it's a space flight game, I'm always interested in those. There are not many games like that. It's a niche market, I guess. So the guy wants me to plant a plant that harvests Gravitino balls, but there are Gravitino balls like right here. Look at that. In fact, I used to just sell them and get rid of them. Let me mine this thing. I honestly don't know. So this is mostly space exploration. It's randomly generated. You go to new planets. You spend most of your time on planets, to be honest.
On alien world. Kind of like the Martian movie with monsters. Can you make your own base?
Yes, that base over there I made. Not this one. This one was already there. But the one where I was talking to the NPCs, I kind of built it next to this outpost. But that base over there I made. I made that portal, and I made the terminals inside. It could be more creative than this because I did the basics, but you can actually create. You have the like compartment parts of the base. Like this is wooden structure I made. It could be concrete, metal.
Cool, thanks.
You can make ladders, stairs, and you can build like decorations inside, chairs and all that. Sort of like Minecraft in space, except I guess Minecraft is more detailed. I don't know. This is better graphics. This game has better graphics, and they're base components. But I guess with Minecraft you can create whatever you want. This one is a little bit more limited. But I'm currently building a farm, and they want these balls, and I have plenty of balls here. So, of course, when I get the balls, what happens is that the Sentinels are going to try to kill me. For whatever reason, the Sentinels love these balls. I can never figure it out why they want the balls. I probably should have looked that up. But the Sentinels really love to use these balls. Almost as much as they like a shotgun to the face. Clearly, they love shotguns to the face. That's why they always getting in my face. Sometimes the sentinels are rude and they somehow enter my base. Like this one. I don't know how it got in my base, but it's all rude and doesn't want to leave. It likes to look out the window for whatever reason. Oh, this is my gunner. I did all the missions for him. Actually, let me talk to him. Wow. Okay, my backpack capacity is full.
Can you battle?
Yes. Against robots, against those machines, against animals, and you can actually PvP apparently. But you have to like find people for that and select the option for that. Otherwise you can select this so that no one can harm you. Like random players that join you. Traveler, I have been inspired by your actions to craft a multi-tool of great power. Would you be pleased to examine it? Behold, traveler. Wow, that's the suckiest multi-tool you've ever created. I guess he randomly creates multi-tools for me. They're all damaged, of course. As you can tell, my base is very basic, very bare bones. Because I mostly did this for the blueprints. Wow, look at that sentinel walker there. That's horrible. Ah, it is like greeting an old friend. Let me see them. What truly wondrous work, traveler. He wanted me to wait an hour in order to get it. Oh, fuck that. This is... We have seen so much life in frost and heat, winter, nuclear winter, toxic wastelands. You should know by now that no world is truly barren, friend, even if there seems to be few signs of life. Take the cactus, for example. They are found in otherwise barren worlds, waiting for their moment to thrive. Just think of what they will become in this superior environment. Assistant Gaji wishes for me to cultivate an intro cactus. A plant that usually grows on barren worlds. I look forward to the results, friend. What? I didn't even... Okay, there you go. Do I really need to build it inside, or can I just build it in this thing? Because he says that, and then it gets me all confused. I guess it doesn't matter where I build it. I could build it right there. There you go. I farmed the hell out of that one. In fact, let me just let me plant some more, because why not? Like, I went to a desert world just to get that, and I got like so many of it that I can afford to I can't seem to pick these up, even though they're ready. I mean, they look ready. Oh, I see. I'm wrong. They're not ready. They just... Okay, that's very useful that I can just scan it and look at the time. Wow, these require hours? That's some BS. Though I'm gonna plant some more. Now I understand. I was worried if it glitched or not, because I hadn't done this before. Even though I'm like 100 hours in this one save, and I've played the game before on another save. I'm probably, when I add it all together of the hours that I spent on this game, it's probably 200 hours. And I never bothered to build like a proper farm. I'm only doing this because I want the blueprints and because I actually am gonna need this. Solian. Let me see if I can plant some more Solian. Unless... Unless I really need it, I don't know. Wow, this is gonna take 15 hours? Jeez. Okay, the problem with the solar veins is that I need... So there's certain things I need to do. I need to build this. For that, I need that much. So I need one of these. And I also need a polyfiber. And the polyfiber, I need cactus flesh and star bulbs. And the reason why I need that is so I can build a circuit board. So I can give it to the construction guy so I can... build one of those communication trade things, so I don't have to leave the freighter anymore in order to sell the stuff that the frickers get me. Damn, I forgot. I should have read what he said. Oh well. I have only 2 plants left to show you. Your training is almost complete, friend. I am so proud. Yeah, the star bulb. I want to share something with you. Something beautiful beyond compare. These grow naturally in this world. Star bulbs are grown off from the rarest star bryums, found on lush worlds unspoiled by war or death. This is why I wanted to become a farmer, to tend to such sublimity. Assistant Gaji wishes for me to use the hydroponics to grow star bulbs. Excellent. I must go and speak to the overseer. Apparently they are unhappy with my performance. Perhaps this crop will change their mind. How come I'm doing all the work? But I get it, it's a game, you know. The reason why I'm extending it this way is because I figure I'll have one of each type row, and if I want multiple rows, I'll do it that way. That way I won't have to like go between them and run between them and then select it that way. Though I didn't want it to be that long, and maybe I'll move it the other way, because I did want to build like a... This specific building is going to be for the vehicle guy. And I'm going to build one of the vehicle things right here, around here. So I didn't want to extend this too far, but I don't even need to build... Seems I only need to build a wooden plank. I don't even need to build any structure like that. So it was kind of pointless maybe. In fact, I can actually build it outside. These things grow naturally, that's the thing. He said there was gonna be 2 more. Equipment, farming. I'm pretty sure I can build this on a freighter as well. Let's see, how many star bulbs do I have left? Damn, not enough. Well, I'll leave it like that for now. Technically, you're not really supposed to be doing the... I guess the missions are supposed to be long for this guy, but since I have all the resources, I just plant one and then, you know, talk to him. Spend a lot of time just acquiring resources left and right. The star bulbs have bloomed, yes, pass them over for examination. Then only one task remains. Oh, nice! Mordite root. This is great. but I have to kill animals for that. I cannot pretend to be a farmer anymore. The overseer has made it clear I must be as the others of my species are. I must trade, sell, accumulate. But I will make a final meal before I leave, traveler. The overseer requested. Weird, because the overseer specifically requested a farmer, and that was him. A dish made from Mordai rope, the death element. Go grow this final thing. The overseer asks for one last meal with me before I go. I must ready myself. Good friend. Is that the kind of stuff you want to eat? You know, maybe I want to build it to the side over there instead. Getting kind of long. I don't know. For now, I'll build it here. I'm surprised I still have enough carbon for this. Really, I don't have enough carbon. Problem is, it wants me to. I don't think I have the resources for it. Like the last plant. This. Oh, I do. Look at that. I need 25. Now I can wait for it to grow, or I can go and kill an animal. The mining laser is sufficient to kill an animal. If I can find any. Oh, there's a creepy animal. I can actually feed it ferrite dust, but damned if I don't need ferrite dust. They eat rocks, essentially. Yeah, I need more. Not pure ferrite dust. So I need a mine rock. Although the point wants to kill the animals, not to mine rock, but I need rocks anyway. You use the ferrite dust. The reason why I always carry them is that you use them to create ammunition. 50 of them creates 500 ammunition. You don't... So yeah, I mean, all the good weapons require ammunition. Really? I used it all up? Wow, I used up a lot of the purifier too. The hot ice, why am I carrying this? This should be with the freighter. That creature over there is a predator. I prefer to kill the predators because they're usually trying to kill me anyway. Though the predators aren't as bad as they used to be before that. So now they're usually only attack you if you agitate them. Or if they threaten or something and they want to defend their territory. Well, little critter, I'm gonna have to kill you. Maybe I kill the weird, ugly looking ones. They're all gone. I said I need to get more star bulbs. So I'm gonna head on a journey. Really? You can't find any? Well, little critter, gonna have to kill you. Stop running through the rocks. They look like small armadillos, or they look like armadillos. Stop running around. Just accept your fate. There you go. Still, really? I need 2 more. Come on. Normally I leave the animals alone, but unless they're predators or the biological horrors, but those are just monsters. In fact, if I have to do a mission to kill animals, usually I go for the biological horrors at the same time and get 2 for 1. They're also count as predators. Sorry, weird creature, I have to kill you. There you go, now I can talk to the farmer. You grew it, didn't you? The Mornite is done? Yes, I grew it. Let me see it. You have mastered so much of the botanical art, my friend. To see that others understand its virtues. Well, it gives me hope. It is a pity you can digest so little of our own products, but creating a life is his own reward, is it not? The farmer has no more tasks for me. They tell me that their contract is at an end and that they will be returning to Gek territory. As they discuss their leaving plans, they watch the ceiling carefully. It is unclear what they are looking at. Suddenly, Assistant Gaji grabs me, telling me not to trust the overseer. That their fellow Gek may not even be a Gek at all. They seem to suggest that their food was somehow drugged. But this cannot be true. I've shared meals with the overseer. I am fine. They will never do anything to harm any of us. The overseer only wants what is best. A moment later, the farmer stops speaking. They assure me that they are just joking, begging me not to speak of this matter again. Thank them. Ask if they are alright. If they are alright, they claim that they are. Their eyes glistening in the dark. Okay. What the fuck? I'm not feeling like myself, Charlotte. I do not think I should go. Not just yet. Yes, that's alright. I will stay. The farmer appears to be refusing to leave, despite a lack of continued payment or directives from the overseer. They spend their days tending my crops, no longer proposing any tasks. They claim they have nowhere else to go. The assistant Gandhi smiles back, happy to be here among their plants. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind them here. I'll find it kind of strange if they had left. That said, I need more of those goddamn plants. I need to make a circuit board. For a circuit board, I need to make polyfiber, but I don't know. I no longer have the resources because I need star bulbs. I need 60 something of them. Oh, look at that, they're ready. Oh, that's nice. Now I can plant more. I need to plant that one over there because I had to. So that the guy would stop, you know, because it was a mission. Because I don't really need it. I can just walk around on this planet and pick them up. Like, they're everywhere. Now the Sentinels will try to kill me, but screw the Sentinels. I haven't messed around with this yet. I don't really know what they give me. Autonomous mining unit, autonomous atmosphere harvester. What will you get me? I don't think I want to mess around with it. I kind of should build another star bulb. How long is it gonna take for you to, like... Am I being pushed? It's like I'm being pushed. What the hell? It's gonna take hours. Wait, what is that? I put it in the wrong spot, didn't I? Well, that makes it so I don't actually have to farm for these things. That's pretty convenient, but I don't really care to learn much more of their language. I think I'm lagging. Wait, can I just plant star bulbs right on the ground? He said something about biodome, and I know they grow on this planet. So if I wanted to, I can just build the star bulb. Yeah, exactly. I could just build it on the ground. Can't build that or that or that or... No, this I can build on the ground. I should be able to. But apparently I can't. I can't build any of that. But the star bulbs I can plant. Like, I really didn't even need to do that. I could just plant them like plants and shit. A lazy armadillo there. Portable technology. So I can get more carbon quickly. My mistake was charging over carbon in the first place instead of condensed carbon. A lot of condensed carbon. This thing is in the way, like really in the way. Oh, this thing gives me star bulbs if I farm it. If I mine it, I should say. That's convenient. This thing is literally in the way. I swear, these things are like growing. Like they expand somehow. I don't know how, but there you go. Well, technically I do need pure ferrite, so there you go. But it's very convenient that I can just build those. I see. I should get rid of this. It's very convenient that I can just build farm things, hydroponics, and I have to worry about visiting planets to get those things. The only thing about it is that, and you can make a lot of money this way, like a lot. This is how you make serious money. All the resources necessary to make the best stuff, and then you'll keep making it and just collecting it. So the only catch is that there seems to be a current bug. I'm not sure if they fixed it with the update, but people were complaining about the farming being messed up due to the, when you come back it's all decharged, and I noticed this as well. When I came back to my base, all the plants, all the things were decharged. Like, that's not right. They might fix that though. What a future update. For every update they make, they seem to mess up something up. Actually, this ramp would be useful. I don't know, because I'm going to build my vehicle thing around here, so this might be in the way. But I can always extend it to over there instead. Like, break down that wall and move it there. I can easily do that and then destroy one of these. Or a few of these. I'm using wood because it's easier material, and this is what I have the blueprints for. Where the hell is it? It's not, what am I looking for? Oh, wooden door panel. That's what I'm looking for. I don't care how it looks. I just care that it's a wooden panel. Ugh. If I must build one of these ball things, I guess I'll build it here. Really? I don't have the ionized cobalt? Oh, fuck you. Oh, I lost it, that's why. No, it still doesn't make any sense. I would have gone directly here. That's not good. Fine. Why is this there? I mean, I didn't really want to do this, but fine. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't want this ship in the way later. This ship. Place it somewhere around here. Why am I bringing this ship in? This ship has my tetra cobalt. Over here somewhere. Which I need to convert to ionized cobalt. Fact, I don't really even feel like building that now. But the more that I'll build it here, I guess. Give me a sec here. I think Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break here. I figure I'll plant the thing there, and the resource I need will respawn by tomorrow. Even if all these things will be depowered, which is gonna cost me a lot of carbon, but fuck it. The star bulb will appear fully grown by the time I come back, so I'm gonna plant a bunch of them. And if they're not, I can find them on this planet. I don't even need to build it here. That's the thing. I can build it like anywhere. Not those. Like I'll plant. How many more can I plant of these? Because I can just plant it right here on the ground. In fact, I might be able to plant it here. Well, that's kind of annoying. Actually, you know what? I just realized something. Duh. Like, duh. There you go. It's kind of annoying, but especially considering. Actually, now that I think about it, that's a bit much. But I'm glad I have a terrain manipulator. Can smooth it out a bit. This little hill here is all fucked up. It's not easy. Making the terrain a little better. It's just potholes everywhere. That's sad. I can build a. Maybe I just made it worse. I don't even know. I haven't tried this before. That said, alright, that's better. Why did I want to come here? Oh yeah, I wanted to see. I went through all that trouble just to, because it was kind of annoying me. But I wanted to see if I can actually plant one of these things in here, which I can't, which I'm not even surprised. I went through all that trouble just for that. That's the funny part. Because why am I wasting hydroponics on the thing when I can just build it? Like, I could just build it right outside. Like, right here. Next to the farmer. If only I had another one. Let's see, how long is it gonna take? 3 hours? Thing is, like I said, it's literally a waste. I don't even need to build it there. And since I need to charge this thing up anyway, I'm gonna delete you. Not the whole thing, just the plants. Can I just look at them? Yeah, 3 hours, look at that. Like they're right outside. Terrain manipulator is annoying me. I prefer the mining laser, there you go. I guess I just built another one right there. So yeah, I like how they added that you can just plant plants right outside. It makes sense, of course. So if I run out of those over there, plant them there, and in 3 hours I get more. Not sure how much more, but it'll be there. And I don't have to worry about losing any energy. So yeah, by the time I come back, what is this? Green? I can't put more of those, can I? I don't know what that is. It's gamma weed. These are the frost. Flora containment. Wait, what? Does it contain one or what? Anyway. Frostworts, I'm gonna go to here. There are already frostworts there. Stop moving. Stop moving. These are, what the hell are these? What are these? It's kind of weird. It's all okay. Solium. Even though I don't really have enough solium. Damn. All right. Fair enough. These are the molds. This fungal. Can't build anymore. These are mordites. Can't build any more of those. Gamma weed. These are cactus. Well, that's it for now. I think I'm just gonna take a break here. Kind of strange looking structure. Just delete that. I'll leave it like that for now, I guess. Anyway. This should go here. Take that, move that there. Why is there so much carbon everywhere? That's a lot of progress I've made. I shouldn't have built this all the way. Actually, I can pick this up. Like, why did I build a beacon all the way over there? And I should have probably built it here. Restore points. I don't know. Let me move this. I think I prefer it to be closer to here. Yes, I think that's best. So you may be a little closer to the right. Again, there's no real reason I'm doing this, it's just that I prefer it this way. There's good. This took longer than expected, but yeah. At least I did most of the farming then. I mean, I did all of the missions for the farmer. All I'm missing is the vehicle guy. For that I need to make a circuit board. For that I need star bulbs and solium. Or just star bulbs. Well, let me see, what do I need? Polyfiber? Yeah, all I need is star bulbs. Probably won't get enough, but by the time I start the game again, I can run around on this planet and find it. Then I can make the circuit board, I can make the communication thing, and then I can sell stuff in the freighter. And I can, and the overseer will probably want me to recruit a vehicle guy. Anyway, I will continue this next time, I guess. If you like to stream, feel free to follow. I do plan on streaming this tomorrow, and at least once a day, I guess. Well, I'll try once a day, because you get a daily 5 missions from the freighter for frigate missions. Anyway, see you guys next time.